My name is Abigail Heward, and I am from Weymouth, Massachusetts.
Diamond Smith, East Hampton, Mass.
Victoria Thompson, and I'm from Beverly, Massachusetts.
Ladine Barbosa, and I am from Boston, Massachusetts.
Quinn Singmani, I'm from Anchorage, Alaska.
Liza Flandreau, and I'm from Sturbridge, Massachusetts.
Erica Madden, I'm from Broomfield, Massachusetts.
Sean Bajwa, I'm from Grafton, Massachusetts.
Nicole Valiant, I'm from Stoneham, Massachusetts.
I really love the English department here. I feel like it's just a very welcoming community.
I've had a lot of really supportive teachers and advisors that have really helped me along the way.
I remember going down to the HFA guidance counselor on my first time on campus, and they immediately helped me find what track I wanted to follow. They helped find classes that would satisfy multiple specializations I was following.
We have career advisors that will say to you, in the next 4 years, these are the things you should be doing. This is what you want on your resume. Having those connections, knowing that they're there for you, is super important.
It's been really helpful having people to talk to and knowing that there's always going to be people there for you.
I love the faculty in the English department. I've met some excellent professors, probably the smartest people I'll ever meet.
Every story I've read, every professor I've met in English is great.
They always find time for you. They're so understanding. It's really collaborative. That's what I appreciate about the faculty in the English major.
It's just that passion. They're really enthusiastic about their job. Even when they look at their eyes, they smile, some of the quirks they have.
Every class I had feels so memorable. Every professor's so nice, eager to show me everything I don't know about the major or just the fields they're teaching. I found so many new ways to express myself. It's incredible.
To have a home base like South College, that's pretty unique. I love it in here. I like studying in here a lot.
Something I think that is unique about the English major is that it is so large that there are so many spots that you can find yourself to fit into.
English pairs well with any major or minor if people want more than one area of study.
You could have English as your primary major. You could have a secondary major. You could dual degree.
Maybe they're doing digital humanities. You have people that are doing teaching, that are doing creative writing, people that create niches for themselves within the department.
There's a class about any aspect of the English that you can take. There's a Shakespeare class, there's a class about Victorian era literature and Gothic poetry.
It's such a flexible major. You're not going to be married to this major and feel like you can't do anything else.
It gives you a lot of different opportunities and career paths you can take.
I was able to take whatever English classes I was actually interested in and not just a list of classes I needed to complete by the time I graduated.
Just that sense of expression, of exploring who you are and the creativity. I don't know how much you would get that in the other majors.
In the English major, they have 9 specializations that are vastly different, whether you want to go into technical writing or teaching or something with history.
I did the literature and history, gender and sexuality studies, and American studies, and those kind of just fell into my lap because a lot of the classes that I was taking already crossed out the requirements for the specializations.
I wanted to be into social justice. We read a number of books about activists, gender inequality.
I am doing the Teaching English Language Arts Letter of Specialization. It's a really great spot for me to be in the middle of all my English classes and my education classes so I can really further what I want to focus on.
I wanted to do teaching, but I also knew I wanted to do creative writing. And the specializations was a way for me to kind of marry the two. So it just made it possible for me to explore both. I've taken some service learning courses. It's real world experience and it's also stuff to put on a resume and everything.
I'm going for a specialization in creative writing as well as SPOW and PWTC, each offering very different perspectives in the writing curriculum, but also helping me build upon my writing identity.
I took modern British drama. That was probably one of my favorite classes. I still think about the plays that I've read. I still talk about the plays that I've read.
My favorite English class was teaching writing in the 21st century.
We look at a lot of research and writings about how writing is taught in school and come up with our own ways to teach writing in the future.
Each of us had a day where we had to teach, and I had to teach Macbeth. I came up with a lesson plan of having the other students in that class act out Macbeth, and it was great. I came in with cardboard swords and that. I love that so much.
I took a class about literature through graphic novels. We got to create our own short graphic novels about something we've experienced in our lives.
In my English 200 class, we did a few close reading projects for poetry, and it was really interesting to just take a deep dive into specific poems, analyzing them and figuring out how the poem works rhythmically and pulling apart each poem line by line.
I ended up taking their 329H course and 298H course, giving me opportunities to read other people's writing and think about about what makes a writer's identity unique to them, how would I look at another student's paper, and how would I encourage them to write more in their style?
I would say my senior thesis has been my favorite so far. It's about Black women throughout history, how they've been just ignored or just not seen, dehumanized, and just talking about their experience.
I took a course on comic books. We had a project where we had to make our own, and it was a really personal story, and I was shocked that I was able to be so candid and so vulnerable.
I documented the split personality between me and a false persona I made. And it was just such an interesting exploration of who I was as a person and how far I've come from high school to finding an identity of who I am.
My favorite project was for teaching writing in the 21st century. The professor allowed us to look into a literature community that we're a part of in our own lives, whether that's our jobs or a different community we're a part of. We got to look at the writing styles of people that we work with.
I ended up writing a book my freshman year, got it published. I just felt really empowered. I felt like I had a really great community surrounding me and supporting me in doing that. If I wasn't an English major and if I wasn't at UMass, that's something that I never thought I would have ever done.
I fell in love with a boy who is sitting next to me in an English class. I've made some wonderful friends. My roommate's an English major as well. And I'm so lucky that my roommate is like my best friend.
Everyone is very friendly. I mean, like, that's just a given.
We're able to really get to know each other. A lot of my friends I've been in classes with since freshman year. Even last night, I was able to just go out with all of my friends who are just English majors.
I was very closed off, very introverted, and I feel like my English classes, my English professors, the peers in my class, they have kind of brought out this confidence in me to speak better or advocate for myself or have more confidence in the way that I speak.
It's just the people, just interacting with the people, the professors.
I see at least one person that I know every time I walk through a hallway in South College. And it always feels like I know their story and what shapes them, and it feels like I'm watching a book walk by.
We can all come together, have book clubs, share what we're reading, share what we're writing about, and it just makes the major feel like more of a community than just people studying things separately.
Very diverse. I see so many different backgrounds, so many different cultures coming up in writing, and all of them help me understand that there's not one view, there's not one right writing style.
The English department has been a really great opportunity for me to expand my horizons and meet a different group of people that I probably wouldn't have come in contact with otherwise.
There is a constant effort from my peers, my professors, to get more diversity within the department.
You get exposed to so many perspectives and you talk about so many issues and solutions.
It's just really open. You always feel at home. It doesn't matter who you are, what you identify as, where you come from. Everyone is super kind and compassionate and encouraging.
English does provide some context of different people and their voices and their truth and history. It makes me look through different views and contexts of people and just understand humanity is very complicated, it's very textured and very powerful.
English majors are more in tune with trying to understand someone because we write characters, we read about characters, we read about different lives.
You make connections and everything, and you're getting all these different perspectives. There's a lot of variety of writing and everything that you're getting exposed to.
I know a lot of times as English majors we get questioned like, oh, you're an English major? What are you going to do with that?
It's a very real world preparing major.
I took a class with Professor Janice Grieve. It's called the English Major and Beyond. And that class really prepared me from interviews, LinkedIn profile, how to apply for a job, what my resume should look like.
I've been able to dive into a lot of different types of literature that I may be teaching.
By the time I graduate, I'll be licensed as an English teacher.
The huge part of the major is critical thinking and problem solving. I think that that's something people don't necessarily consider. Like, it's not just writing essays, it's not just reading books, but it's all the context that surrounds those books and what goes into those essays.
I've learned how to take notes better. I've learned how to communicate better outside of my life, in my work, in my everyday connections with people. I've learned how to use my words a little better.
Regardless of what you're studying, there's always something useful that you can take out of an English major. With any career path or job that I take, it's always going to be useful to have these core writing and understanding skills that I can apply to anything.
It gives you a lot of social skills, personal skills, skills that you can apply to different aspects of life.
Empathy is a big one with English majors. That's something that, I think the world really needs.
You learn how to collaborate, the ability to adapt adapt. All of these are very, very important in the workplace.
It's just really helped me articulate my thoughts and be able to put them into writing. It's helped me think about things more before I present my ideas.
It builds a lot of useful skills that you can take with you outside of college, no matter what career you're looking to go into.
Do it. Come on, it's so fun. It's such a fun major. I've had so much fun in the English major.
It's just fun. The connections with the professors is awesome. Everyone is so down to earth and you just meet such interesting and kind people.
If you love writing and people are passionate for you, definitely go into English because it will teach you a lot about yourself.
They give you a lot of space and room to just discover who you are, uncovering parts of myself that I wouldn't have thought to do so. I really love and value my classes. I've learned so much from them.
This is a good experience in your life that you should probably just jump for, and I don't regret it.
Just keep on writing and keep on being creative. Everyone's got something to say, so go right ahead.
I've had a great experience with the English major. I've learned a lot so far, and I'm very excited to keep learning more in different classes.
I'm really lucky to be here, and you would be too.